You're it, Plasma. H2O.
Can you guys be quiet, please? I'm trying to finish my biology extended essay.
Or more like, trying to start it.
Ugh, I don't know how to start.
I can help you. First, let me tell you what it is. The biology extended essay is an independent piece of research you do in a topic in biology. The goal is to answer a research question that you propose, either with primary data or with secondary data.
What's that?
Primary data is when you collect your own data, usually through an experiment. Secondary data is when you use data that has already been collected. The extended essay usually has an introduction, methodology, results, discussion, and conclusion, though you and your supervisor may want to structure it slightly differently. The introduction is where you describe the context and your aim. You should also discuss the research on this topic that is already available, though you can also separate this part in another section called a theoretical framework or background. The methodology is where you describe what you did to collect data. In the case of primary data, this may mean describing the steps of your experiment. In the case of secondary data, this means how exactly you selected your sources. In the results part, you describe the results, so that is the numbers and the graphs. You can identify trends. However, you don't interpret it in the context of the question just yet. You do that in the discussion. Here, you link the results back to the research question and discuss any strengths, limitations, biases, or any other additional information that you think should be highlighted. Finally, in the conclusion, you restate the research question and you summarize the most important points to answer the research question.
Okay, but how do I actually start it?
You first have to pick a topic and a research question.
Ugh, but how do I start?
A strategy is to think of something you're interested in and link it to biology. If you're really stuck, you can ask ChatGPT for help.
Am I allowed to do that?
Yes, because ChatGPT is only helping you brainstorm, not write your entire EE.
I see. Once I have the topic, how do I make it a research question?
Good question. If you're really stuck, you can use the sentence structure, to what extent does X affect Y? And the research question should naturally flow. For example, if your topic is on caffeine and reaction time, a preliminary research question could be, to what extent does caffeine have an effect on reaction time? You're not limited to this structure though.
Why do you say the question is a preliminary one?
Because you need to be very specific with your research question. The independent variable, meaning the variable you control, needs to be something you can do. In this case, how do you think we can measure caffeine?
Maybe like cups of coffee?
Good. How about reaction time? How can we measure reaction time?
Oh, maybe with a thing where you drop a ruler and see how far in the ruler they catch.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So an edited version of the research question would include how the independent variable is manipulated, how the dependent variable is measured, and any other specific details, such as the type of coffee. When in doubt, ask your supervisor to help you refine it.
Cool.
Any questions?
Are there any shortcuts to the EE?
Actually, I do have some tips from students. Bear in mind these are not obligatory to include. They are just things that worked for some students. 1. Consider doing primary research. It is perfectly possible to score full marks with only secondary data. But for many people, data analysis and evaluation of your procedure is easier when you're doing the experiment yourself. 2. Read the assessment criteria very carefully. Not just the general one, but also the one specific to biology. Make sure you include everything they mentioned. 3. On a related note, you can include phrases from the assessment criteria, such as having a heading that says quality, balance, and quantity of sources, or starting a paragraph with that. Again, this is not a requirement, but it helps examiners find where everything is. Finally, listen to the feedback from your EE supervisor. Of course, it is good to have your own ideas, but seriously consider their feedback as well. If your supervisor says that you didn't include something that you think you did, consider making it more clear rather than arguing with your supervisor. There is a chance that the examiner might miss it as well.
Wow, I've never heard those tips before.
Boo! Caught you! Oh, plasma.